welcome back to the Talking Topics podcast. I'm your host, Gooter Spooch, and joining with me once again is Mike, king of the Detroit exclusionary zone and apparently immune to mutation. Say hello to the people, Mike.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I wanted your opinion, Mike. How did you feel about last episode?
Indescribable.
Indescribable. Well, see, isn't that a description of itself, Mike?
No, I mean, that's literally what that word means.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Fuck you, Mike. Okay.
Damn.
In any case, Mike, if you thought that was indescribable, that is the glimpse into the mind of one man. Okay? But what today I'm going to let you do is you're going to glimpse into the consciousness of the entirety of the human race. So, to set this story up, right, I have to tell a little story. So, when I was a child, Mike, I had just gotten a shit phone that my brother no longer needed, and I was given in order to, call my parents, but mainly because it had apps. Ooh. And this is around like 2013, 2014. I was a child, sort of, like a tween, if you will, young teenager.
Okay.
And I had discovered YouTube. I had always known about YouTube, but I had been like on it. You know what I mean? Like I've been actively using it for like a couple months. So as all like shitty little like fucking kids, I was on YouTube late at night when I was supposed to be sleeping, right? And as all people do, I was just watching videos, clicking the next thing that recommended that interests me, right? I'm sure you've done the same.
Sure.
Okay. And I came across a video called something to the effect of, "Our history is not what we think." And I was like, I like history. I like to think of myself as a very smart boy. And I was like, I click. You know, because edutainment is fun. I click.
I'm already getting a bad vibe from this.
So I looked at it, right? And I was like, oh, it's animated. Wow, that's really cool. I like animation. I'm a little child. I like little blobby dudes. And what I didn't expect, Mike, was to go on a roller coaster ride and basically have my brain shot with so much incredible amounts of bullshit, weird nonsense that I legitimately, it has left an impression on me so powerfully that I actually remember the exact position I was in when watching it, Mike. I was laying down on my side with my phone in my hand on my pillow on the side of my bed that did not have like a guardrail thing. And it's indescribably interesting, Mike. Have you ever heard of the channel called Spirit Science, Mike?
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay. So, Spirit Science is exactly what it sounds like. It is this sort of new age shit where they're like, yo, bro, here's some weird science shit that's probably not real, and this is how you do it spiritually. You know, like 10 ways to unlock your 30-cock persona in the spiritual plane shit. How to astral project. All that shit. This is made by these people. And for a long time, I almost felt like this wasn't real, because it was actually kind of difficult to find. Because I couldn't remember the name of the channel. Until I did see that one person had covered it a while ago. But this is a very old video. This is like a decade old, right? And the only thing we're going to be doing today, because this channel is so full of content and so chock full of weird, crazy shit, we're only going to watch that one video that I saw when I was a kid. Now, we're not going to watch the whole thing because it's an hour long, right? We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I have cut it into digestible segments in order to talk about it, because there's a lot of really incredibly boring bullshit in it as well, about, like, ley lines and shit, but we're not going to watch that, okay?
Alright.
So, first of all, Mike, I want to know, are you aware of, like, the, like, kind of, like, crystal mommy scene and, like, the spirituality scene and shit like that?
I mean, I'm aware it's a thing that exists, and that it seems to be a pretty significant pipeline to, let's just say, more, not quite innocuous shit.
Yeah, like, it's like, oh, rich people living in Sedona, Arizona, sunning their assholes up on the top of, like, the rock plateaus, and now they're, like, weird, like, anti-vax, fucking, like, authoritarian dipshits. Is that what you mean, Mike?
Yeah, it's the Arizona theory.
Yeah. Well, if you like that, Mike, you'll love this. This has many, many, many years of history, and all of this is backed up by science, and it's proven in the video. So, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my stream so that you can watch. And let me know when you're all ready, Mike.
Oh boy. This
yeah.
Is already quite the,
You liking this, Mike?
What the? Okay, alright.
Okay, so what we're going to do, this is going to be a little different episode. This is going to be a little different. Normally, I'd like to do all my research and sort of present it in a way that I find to be suitable. But that's just not really possible with this topic, because first of all, this is one video. If you look across the top at all my tabs, one video. This is one video, Mike. It is that dense with information. I'm skipping over at least half an hour of content here. But, what we will do is we will go through each individual clips, and we're just going to talk about it, Mike, because it's far too dense for me to go through it without just having to deal with a lot of bullshit that I don't understand, lots of references to other videos. So are you ready, Mike?
Yeah, oh, this has way too many views.
Yes, Mike, it does have, in fact, 4.5 million views, and I believe, if you notice, it's February 1st, 2012. I believe I saw it in about 2013. So, it's pretty fucking fantastic. Well, we'll watch the first clip.
Modern views of our history account for many things, but completely dismiss many very important pieces in the puzzle. For example, the pyramids of Giza. There is no modern theory that accounts for how these could have been made. Individually, each block cannot be pulled even with 50 men pulling it, let alone drag it for hundreds of miles and then stack them on top of each other 450 feet in the air, in such a precise way that even modern technology can't achieve. Not to mention having it lined up precisely with both Orion's belt, a golden mean, and Fibonacci spiral, and be a primary nodal point of every sacred site on the planet. And that's just one example.
Well, Mike, do you understand now, in 30 seconds, why I have as many tabs?
I see.
Yes. I'm gonna let you know right now. That's fucking great. I love that. There's so much to unpack in that 30 seconds that I find it very difficult to get my thoughts really clear on it, Mike. But what he's basically saying right here is he's sort of giving us a little intro into why there would be things that we should question. He's sort of priming us to open our minds. We're like, if I was like, not stupid, but gullible and stupid, right? If I was a combination of those two things, I would be like, yeah, no, he's right. Yeah, like, modern science can't do that in 2012. And there's no way that dudes could just pick up 50 tons and put them up on a pyramid. That's fucking bullshit, right? And then, once he does that, he's like, yes, and it lines up with the Pythagorean's theorem and the Fibonacci sequence and the fucking golden piss spiral or whatever the fuck he was talking about. We'll get to that later, by the way, Mike. We're not going to leave the golden piss spiral and Fibonacci sequence out of this. But that's where they get you. Then the person who's like, I've never heard of those things. I must keep watching. So we're gonna kill that link, Mike.
I'm already getting a lower budget Ancient Aliens vibe from this.
It's far more entertaining than Ancient Aliens. In Ancient Aliens, they're basically just like shrouding racism with like bullshit. But in this, they're very not racist, except for when they kind of are.
Okay.
There's nothing in this video that's like super racist, but there are a couple fucked vibes across the video. So what do you think of that, Mike? What do you think of that little theory about the pyramids? Did that prime you? Are you interested?
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's nothing new, I suppose, of like, how did they do this thing that has actually already been explained?
Yeah, and especially if you're racist, that helps a lot more, because you're like, wow, yeah, you're right. Black people can't make fucking nice things, clearly. You know, because it's like, well, it's like the weird, like, Eurocentric view of, like, the world where, like, no, bro, we were, like, slinging shit at each other and, like, fighting over wolf pelts and shit in Europe, and these dudes were making all this nice shit. There's no way. You know what I mean? So, that's why, like, a lot of these racist, like, movements and shit are, like, very interconnected with this, like, spirituality shit. But, yeah, you ready to move on to the next clip, Mike?
Yeah, I also am gonna say that whatever, like, weird generated voice they're using for this is already like gonna grate on me. I can tell you that right now.
I actually don't mind it, but I was thinking about that, how that shit's really fucking annoying. This is another fantastic little intro to our story, Mike.
The United States was similar to what's happening today. People began to learn about meditation and study ancient lands like Atlantis and Lemuria. We actually found quite a bit of evidence that Lemuria existed, and it had to do with coral. See, the ocean floor does rise and fall. Coral can exist up to 150 feet under the surface of the water. In 1910, the surface of the ocean was probably higher because they were able to see coral rings heading away from Easter Islands for a great distance. These rings were estimated to be found at 1,800 feet, which means that for them to have existed, they would have had to be much higher and sunk slowly. Probably more important, they also found the exact same fauna and flora from the Hawaiian Islands all the way to the Easter Islands.
That's all we need for that, Mike. What do you think about that, Mike?
Alright, he's already saying that...
We're arguing for the existence of Lemuria and Atlantis here. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean... So I don't personally know anything about Lemuria or whatever that is.
It's not real. I'll tell you that right now. It's not real.
Yeah, but
it's not like he said Pangea. No, he's making something up completely.
Yeah, but I mean, even like Atlantis is just like a guy made it up.
Yeah.
Like I don't. All right, sure. I say a guy, but Plato, whatever.
Yeah. We'll get to that, by the way. We will get to that. I believe I clipped it. We'll get to that. But yeah, Mike. So how do you think that? What do you think of the idea that coral reefs being low and dead is pretty good evidence for the existence of Lemuria and Atlantis?
I mean, I'm like, I can't necessarily dispute what he's saying about what they're saying about the coral. I mean, you know, it sounds reasonable, although the conclusion that they're extrapolating from that certainly seems like totally unsupported.
Well, Mike, I believe, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe what that is it's when tectonic plates shift, that sort of shifting near those like lines and shit can result in a lot of like sort of sliding down of landmass, even underwater. And he's using that sort of like idea, they like voice modulate themselves, in order to sort of get the idea that like basically it like fell into the water.
Sure.
As opposed to like sliding to the side. It's like, oh no, dude, you're not joking. It literally just went straight into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, the cross-pollination thing is really interesting. They don't, like, understand that the reason that they're all similar is because, you know, they're right next to each other. And possibly, who knows, that that doesn't mean that your fucking, like, Lemurian continent exists. Oh, I believe there's a little more to this clip, actually.
This is a great distance, but if you look at a map, you'll see a long string. That string, according to Thoth, used to run along the western shores of Lemuria.
And that's where we begin, Mike. So, according to Thoth, and do you know who Thoth is, Mike?
The name is not familiar.
Are you aware of Egyptian mythology, Mike?
A little bit.
Thoth is the bird-headed god of knowledge from Egyptian mythology.
Okay.
He is real, and he has talked directly to us, and told us a bunch of shit. And according to him, that is why this is all true.
It is only on these islands that have the same flora and fauna. Same trees, bugs, bacteria, everything. Science can only explain this if there were closer land bridges between these islands.
It can only be explained by science that way, Mike. Only that one way. You're going to notice that's a very running theme. They just say, science agrees with us. Science definitely can prove this. Science for a fact. Science this, science that. It's very, very funny. I have a couple notes of boring shit that I skipped over. So the way we got these stories about the history of the universe, or whatever, of Earth, is because we found a bunch of cylindrical tablets written in cuneiform in a bunch of ancient cities, right? And that's why, I might have clipped this already, but that's why we know about this shit, because we found the city of Babylon, and we found the city of Akkad, and a bunch of other, like, not real shit. And then we translated all these cylindrical tablets, and then afterwards, we got all this information. So yeah.
Well, I mean, Babylon and Akkad were real places, but...
No, Mike, you don't understand. We found them in the ancient vaults of these cities, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, sure. Okay, I see.
And this is exactly what they say. I'm not saying they didn't exist, Mike. I'm saying that, like, their version of it is what we found.
Sure, yes, okay.
Okay. But we'll move on, This is one of my favorite things. What do you think of this picture, Mike?
Jesus Christ.
We only skipped ahead 30 seconds, Mike.
Damn, alright.
Alright, we'll watch this clip, Mike.
Masters. The Nicals began preparing Atlantis to be our new home. They projected their energies across the surface of the continent in the form of the Tree of Life, not with 10 circles, but with 12, an extra on top on the island of Udal, and an extra on the bottom in the water. There were 10 components on the mainland, and even though it extended over hundreds of miles on the surface, it was projected to the accuracy of a single atom.
Well, Mike, what do you think of that? That's the Ascended Masters, the immortal 1,000 Nakals, who were the original psychic masters of the human race, seeding life on the ancient Atlantean continent. What do you think about that, Mike?
How are you hitting me with psychic masters in like both of these fucking episodes?
Psychic masters are fucking great, and we will get to them. But the one thing you have to know about the Nakals is they're not just third-dimensional beings, first-dimensional beings, or anything like that. They are, I believe, fifth-dimensional beings who have, I believe, 50 chromosomes with 2 different sex chromosomes. That's why they're so powerful, Mike.
Like where? Like, I don't even... Where
it all comes from the tablets, Mike! The tablets tell us all!
Okay, sure.
This was translated by, I believe... Let me see if I have the clip.
We chose to move to Atlantis because of the Kundalini. In humans, the
this
Kundalini is
great.
often referred to as the energy serpent that runs up and down your spine.
I love this.
When activated, it provides an immense amount of energy through all of the chakras. The Earth itself also has a Kundalini because the Earth is alive, like an organism, running from the center of the planet to a specific place on the surface. Wherever the Kundalini resides, the people there become the spiritual leaders of the world. The Earth chose Atlantis to be the new energetic center of the planet. After Atlantis, the
It goes to
Kundalini
Tibet.
moved.
In any case, Mike, so we chose Atlantis because it's the Earth's spiritual Kundalini decided that was the place that all spiritual power would reside for the next, like, whatever the fuck years. I don't remember how many years but there's a lot of sacred geometry and math shit that I cut out because it's fucking boring as hell. But yes, lots of shit like that.
You know,
because the Earth is alive, Mike, so it does get to have its own Kundalini.
Of course.
Also, it does mean that the Earth can gain immense power from busting fat spiritual nuts and then absorbing its sexual energy. But we'll get to that later.
You know, I just want to say, you know, it used to be that, you know, and I maybe thought this like not too long ago that like, you know, like a century ago, like even you could get away with just like so much shit because like who's gonna tell you you're wrong if you tell them something that like, you know, just tell them a lie.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah. It was like the heyday of the con artist, essentially.
Fun fact, Mike, a person we're going to talk about was born in, I believe, born in 1920. We're going to get to him right after you finish.
Okay, but it's just like, but like nothing's changed. The internet hasn't helped. You can just say whatever the fuck and people will believe you.
That actually brings us to one of our first personas, Mike. So remember how I told you about those cylindrical tablets, Mike, right?
Okay.
Well, do you know the man who translated them?
Not Joseph Smith, I assume.
No, it's not Joseph Smith, though he is one of the spiritual boys in this channel.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, he is one of the spiritual boys. Mike, the thing you should understand is that each religion is only part of the whole of understanding of human consciousness and the ascension path to 12th dimensional level creation. That's something that's very, very hard to understand, but you have to understand it. We're going to move on to Zacharias Stitchin.
All right.
He is no longer with us, unfortunately. If you notice, one of his main things he's known for is fringe theories. But Zacharias Stitchin was actually responsible for translating a lot of those tablets, Mike. And guess who told him about those tablets and told him he was correct? Gave him extra supporting information.
Oh boy. You're gonna hit me with something weird.
It's a recurring character. He's already been in our story so far.
Oh, he's already been in the story so far.
Yeah, go ahead, guess.
Oh, was it Thoth?
Yes, Thoth, Mike, Thoth. He came down to Zechariah Stitch and he was like, "Yo, bro, that shit real." Yeah. Pretty good. Also, here's a great page. Literalism of myth.
Oh, great.
You don't really have to know anything else besides, these are his bibliographies. Earth Chronicles volumes. The 12th Planet. The Stairway to Heaven. The Wars of Gods and Men. The Lost Realms. When Time Began. The Cosmic Code. The End of Days. Armageddon and Prophecies of Return. Just generally Generally pretty fucking great shit. I love this dude. He just made so much great, very fun shit. Where basically he made the Earth Chronicles, as you saw earlier, and that's what kind of catapulted him into, like, relevance with these fucking weirdos. And it's pretty fantastic. He's only a very small part of it, but, you know, we'll get to it. Also, if you notice, he was born to a Jewish family right here. That's actually very important, because that means that he's, in the words of spirit science, a Hebrew, which are time-traveling aliens. But we'll get to that. So this guy is descended from time-traveling aliens. That's why he's able to read the tablets. Like I said, I had to cut it out for time, and I also didn't want to just plagiarize all of Spirit Science's video. You should go watch it if you find this very entertaining. It is very fun, but some parts of it are super fucking boring. Yeah, what do you think of that, Mike?
Oh, boy. Yeah, like, there's my, like... There's what I was just saying previously, like, in the flesh. Like, you can just make this shit
Yeah,
up.
he was born in... I thought it was really fucking funny out here, like, 100 years ago. And I was like, he was born in 1920. Pretty fucking fantastic. But we'll move on. I think this is the same shit about the Earth's fucking whatever. Now, this is what happens after the... what are they fucking called? The Nicals, the Enlightened Masters, which is what we would call them today. This is after they primed Atlantis. You can see Atlantis in the background there for life to grow up on it.
A great migration began. However, the Lemurian body of consciousness had only reached the age of 12 as a planetary consciousness. Because we were right-brained, we were a female species, like a 12-year-old girl. And some of our centers weren't working yet. They had worked with these energies, but only mastered 8 of the 10. Each migrating Lemurian was attracted to one of these 8 centers on Atlantis, depending on the nature of the individual. There, they settled and began to build cities. That left 2 vortexes with nobody using them.
All right, Mike. Any more thoughts as we progress on? If you don't have anything to say, that's fine. Also, when he says Lemurians, he basically means, like, it's like saying Germans or whatever. It's like they're humans, but like they're OG humans from Lemuria
People
or whatever.
of Lemuria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
boy.
do you think of that, Mike?
that was a whole lot all at once.
We were 12-year-old spirit girl children, and our Earth consciousness was only very, very young, Mike. That's the thing you have to understand. Also, by the way, the Lemurians were psychic people that lived until they were 900. I don't know if I cut that in or not, but it's very important that you understand that. They're already superhuman. Which, by the way, this is how they explain evolution not being real. I'm sorry, evolution is real, but it's only done by becoming spiritually evolved and then using your mental powers to shape your body to make yourself a superhuman. Kind of like Dr. Manhattan. You got anything else to say about that, Mike, or are we just going to move on?
We could just move on. I really don't know.
The next part of this is very fun, so we'll move on.
Yes. To fill these 2 empty vortexes, according to Thoth, 2 extraterrestrial races stepped in. Not 1, but 2 completely different races. The first race were the Hebrews, coming from our future. Thoth says that they came from off-planet, but we don't know where exactly. The Hebrews were kind of like a kid who went through 5th grade and didn't make it, so they had to do that grade over again. They learned all the math, the left brain stuff, but they didn't get the right brain aspect of evolving consciousness, the doing. They didn't graduate to the next level of evolution, so they had to do it again. They knew a lot of things that we didn't know yet, and brought many concepts and ideas to us that we weren't aware of yet. Now,
so, Mike, the Hebrews, as a people, are not human. They are time-traveling aliens who come from our future, who are also extreme extra-dimensional spiritual fail-sons as a race of people. What do you think about that, Mike? And that is why my boy Stitchin is descended from those people, being a Jew himself, as one of the Hebrews. That's why he is like that.
I was really hoping maybe.
Actually, I think there might be more to this clip. I think I cut it too early. No.
if this is true, this would explain quite a few things about the Hebrew people in general.
This.
They seem to have many sacred geometries hidden within their culture. It also puts perspective on the story of Exodus. Perhaps Moses incarnated into that lifetime to free the Hebrews because they were not direct descendants of humans and were being treated unfairly. Or could it be that Moses was visited by an ascended master of the Hebrews who guided him to free their people?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
Hold on. So
what? What's going on?
now, God damn it, these fucking people. Like, I like how we started this video off, like, as like, we have no idea how the pyramids were made, and then he just shows like clips from this. I don't remember what.
Oh, I think this is like Moses, the king of Egypt, or some shit. I don't remember.
Is it king of? I don't remember.
I know it's in 480p, which is astoundingly funny to me.
No, but like they just show this fucking movie, which, you know, it's an animated film or whatever about some sort of apocryphal story, but they just show like the pyramids being built.
No, there's an explanation for that, Mike. I know how the pyramids were built, and by the end of this lesson, so shall you.
Okay, sure.
Yes, one of my other favorite things is how the story of Moses is actually a story of alien liberation, which is my favorite thing. And we'll get to why they were enslaved later, Mike, very soon, actually. But we'll finish the clip up.
Sure.
Given what we know about dimensions and consciousness, it definitely puts a fresh perspective on old stories that didn't make much sense. We could talk about this more, but let's continue for now.
We'll leave it there. This is one of my favorite parts.
I also hate this fucking character art.
It's not great.
The other race that stepped in caused big problems. These beings came from the nearby planet of Mars. See, according to Thoth, Mars looked very much like Earth a little less than 1 million years ago. It was beautiful. It had oceans and water and trees that were just fantastic. But something happened to them, and it has to do with something called the Lucifer experiment.
Mike, what do you think the Lucifer experiment is, and why did Martians do it? I want your unprimed... I have not primed him for this, for the audience. I want your unprimed opinion. What is the Lucifer experiment, and how did the Martians use it?
Oh, boy.
We're about to learn about it, but I want to know what you think it is. Also, yes, Martians are aliens. And they came down in ancient humanity to be our... We'll get there.
Damn, I honestly don't have an answer.
You don't think you even... I think... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I can't even formulate what he could possibly be.
Then we'll go ahead and just get through it so we can talk about it.
From the very beginning of creation, everything is simply an experiment. Creation itself was just consciousness creating and inhabiting itself in that creation. There is no divine plan. Spirit can do whatever it wants. Having said that, if Spirit decides to cut itself off from the rest of consciousness and create a separate reality on its own, it can do that too. This is called the Lucifer experiment. Because Spirit is God, it can do this. There is nothing wrong with that. We've kind of been led to believe that Lucifer is evil and the devil. This just isn't true. Lucifer is just another means of perceiving the reality. It is not a unity perception of oneness, but rather a duality perception of two-ness.
Okay, Mike, you kind of understanding what the Martians were up to at this point?
No. None of that made anything clear.
Okay, we'll get there.
There's a flower of life pattern for Lucifer as well, but that's a big topic for another time. Anytime the Lucifer experiment has been attempted in the universe, it always ends in failure. The species will cut itself off from love and will become incredibly male.
By the way, they say this and they never talk about anyone else ever doing it ever at any point at all. So I'm just gonna point that out.
Okay.
They make this sweeping claim about something that's not real, and then they're just like, no, yeah, that just happens. Every time it's happened, it's fucked up.
Left-brained. What always ends up happening is that everyone becomes very greedy. There is no compassion for one another, and everyone ends up fighting until they end up killing themselves. More than 1 million years ago, the beings on Mars joined the Lucifer experiment, and it failed dramatically. Basically, they cut themselves off from the unity of the universe and created a separate reality. When the Martians severed the love bond, they became pure male, logical beings with no emotions. What happened on Mars was that they ended up fighting. Mars became a battleground. Eventually, it became clear that Mars was not going to survive. They blew their atmosphere away and destroyed the surface of the planet. Nova recently did an episode on planetary magnetics, and they found some interesting things about Mars. The planet didn't have a magnetic system, however the surface was magnetized, implying that at one point it did, but that something happened. Now, we've been discussing the star tetrahedron before, and now I want to give you a brief understanding of the merkabah.
Oh, God.
Are you ready to become galaxy-brained, Mike? Also, I think I cut this, yeah. So I actually let that play for too long. It actually jumps into the next clip. So we'll start it over here so I can make sure we're on track. But you kind of understand what the Martians were like, Mike?
No.
They're hyper-rational beings who are incapable of spiritual evolution because they cut themselves off. They don't explain how they did it, by the way. They cut themselves off from their spiritual selves and
They just
started
said
to blow their planet up.
I mean, as they explained, they just sort of did it.
Yeah, they did it. They're like, yep, no, we're doing this now. And they did it. Do you want to just keep going, Mike? We have a lot to get through. But...
I mean, yeah, no, it's just like this. I'm taking so much fucking psychic damage from all of this. It's unbelievable.
You do have to pause it a little bit. That's quite what our little talks are about, Mike. I got to keep you stable in this reality.
Now, we've been discussing the star tetrahedron before.
And now the merkabah is extremely important to this story, so pay very close attention to this.
And now I want to give you a brief understanding of the merkabah. The merkabah was known in ancient times as the chariot of ascension. It is the star tetrahedral energy field around the body.
By the way, I think they explain it in this clip, but you know that story of that dude who's like, yo, God, dying is pretty dog shit. Can I just not do that and get into heaven? He's like, yeah, bro, that's chill. Oh. And he gets like a chariot and he rides up to heaven or whatever. In this view of the universe, that guy actually just ascended and he was like, yeah, bro, fuck you guys, I'm going to the next dimension. Whee! And he rode his fucking merkabah up into heaven. So I thought that was very funny. Well, let's keep going.
All around the world,
there
are
it
references to this in ancient texts. When activated to its full potential, the merkabah, which is both a tool and part of your being, can be used to do the impossible, included but not limited to changing dimensions and traveling through the universe. Before Mars was destroyed, they built huge tetrahedral pyramids. They built 3, 4, and 5-sided pyramids, eventually building a complex that was able to build a synthetic merkabah.
Oh god, not
After
this
a million
shit.
years or so, it's been eroded, but the proof is there. Now, because the Martians were severed from the Unity consciousness, they couldn't create a living merkabah. They simply used it as a tool. They created a synthetic merkabah to travel in time and find a new home. A small group of Martians tried to get away from Mars before it was destroyed, and that place they found was Earth. About 65,000 years in our past.
Well, Mike, do you understand what they did now?
God, the fucking because we have this shitty low-res image of the surface of Mars, and that rock kind of looks like a fucking pentagon to me. Suddenly, oh my god.
It has very much what's that fucking dude who got really famous off of that really dog shit MS Paint drawing flat Earth proof theory thing? You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those videos where he's drawing he's oh, if you fly your fucking plane around the Earth, it should tip, but it never tips, or whatever, that shit? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
It has the same energy as that shit.
I mean, yeah, it's... God.
But yes, I actually clipped it exactly here, because I let the clip run on a little too long, because I love this shit way too much. It's too entertaining. But yeah, so basically, the Martians were like, fuck this, spirit bullshit, but also we're dying, please help, I'm in hell, I'm burning. So a bunch of them were like, yo, bro, well, how about we just make a bunch of spirit bullshit and use it as a time-traveling spaceship to go to Earth? But yeah, we'll keep going.
They saw this little vortex sitting there, just pulling in life, with no one in it. They didn't ask permission. Being part of the Lucifer experiment, they just said, alright, let's do it. And they stepped onto that vortex, and in doing so, they joined and changed our evolutionary path.
So the Martians are labeled to be the bad guys in all of this, right? Which is really weird because, he kind of says, oh yeah, life can do whatever it wants, and the spirit can do whatever it wants. But he always frames the Martians as, evil as shit. And this is a bit of a spoiler, but if you know about the Illuminati, they're not actually evil. But the true rulers of the current world order, Mike, they are Martians. They're all Martians. The only reason we don't know that is because they don't let us look at their DNA, because they're afraid of being outed as Martians. You know, the lizard people theory? It's not lizard people, they're actually Martians.
I was really hoping we wouldn't get to, fucking protocols, the protocols of the Elders of Zion shit with this. But,
oh, it's much more powerful than that, Mike. This has far too powerful energy. We'll move on. So this is after the Martians have been subdued.
We were able to stop them from conquering us, but we could not send them back. When this happened on our evolutionary path, we now had the planetary consciousness of a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, it's like a PragerU fucking
The Martians were an
graph.
incredibly male species, and also very old. So what you had was a 14-year-old girl being taken over by a 60 or 70-year-old man.
Oh, Jesus.
We had no choice in the matter. The Martians just stepped in and said, like it or not, we're here.
That's all we really need to know about that. So yes, now everything's fucked up. All the humans were like, damn, bro, these Hebrew alien bros are fucking sick. Look at all this cool spirit technology they've given us. But then the Martians are like, yo, cunts, we're gonna take you over. But then we fucked them, and then it's like, yeah, we're just gonna let this old man live here because we don't like killing people or whatever. So we're just gonna, like, do this shit. And there's, like, this weird shit about, like, framing everything as, like, an age of spirit. They never do this again, by the way. It seems like the only reason they ever brought up, like, the age of people's consciousness and shit was literally just to do this, like, weird, like, creepy shit where they're old men. And they never bring this back up ever again. Like, the 12-year-old girl, the 14-year-old girl shit, they never bring it back up. But we'll move on, because we need to get this going.
Yeah. Scientists believed that if there was going to be a physical pole shift, there would also be a change in the magnetic poles. Through studying lava beds, geologists were able to see where the planetary magnetics were when the lava beds hardened at certain depths. They found that the earlier magnetic poles were not where they were now, but in Hawaii. The last shift that took place was 13,000 years ago.
13,000 years ago, Mike. That sounds weirdly like around the time Atlantis sank.
Yeah. Hey, this actual science certainly sounds like a lot of my made-up bullshit.
Well, we're gonna skip this because this is the really boring shit, but that was a bit of an important thing. But this is after like a bit of Atlantis sunk into the ocean or some shit. I don't remember.
Things kind of settled for a while, and then between 13,000 and 16,000 years ago, a comet approached the Earth. Because we were living at a high consciousness across all dimensions, the Atlanteans became aware of it before it hit. A great conflict occurred in Atlantis. The Martians, who were in the minority even though they were in control, wanted to blow it out of the sky with their laser technology. However, the Nacals had learned of the comet's true nature, and the Atlanteans protested. They said that the comet was in divine order. They had to allow it to take place naturally. Let it hit the Earth. That's what's supposed to happen. The Martians fought the Atlanteans, but in the end they gave in. The Martians agreed to let it hit the Earth. When the time arrived, it came screaming into the atmosphere, plunging into the Atlantic Ocean just off of the western shores of Atlantis, near where Charleston, South Carolina is now.
They used this map, this image, right? Like this faded out image, like the entire rest of the time without ever changing it once,
Only
whenever
that
they need
was
to
at the
refer to
bottom of the ocean
Atlantis.
at the time. The remnants of the comet are now scattered across 4 states. And
Oh
scientists
yeah,
have
not the
definitely
actual
determined-
crash site, huh?
Yeah, and here's the topology maps where they found the comet pieces. This shit's fucking boring. It's where that boring bullshit. If you notice, we skipped like a bunch of minutes. Like we're now at 19 minutes instead of like 10. It's because he talks about so much fucking stupid dog shit that like is so fucking dumb and no one gives a shit about. Trying to like prove his points. It's fucking trash. We're gonna move on.
events. Because of this tear in the dimensional levels,
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot. This is very important. Basically, the Martians wanted to get the fuck out, but they didn't remember how to build their synthetic bullshit. So their ship kind of like exploded all over the place and destroyed all of the tears in reality. That's where we're at now.
a huge number of lower dimensional spirits and beings were thrown out of their comfort zone and into these higher levels. They were forced into a world that they did not know or understand. To
yeah,
survive,
sperm
they
ghosts,
needed
okay.
bodies, and began automatically entering into the bodies of people. For every human body, there were hundreds of lower dimensional spirits inhabiting them. These beings were Earthlings, like us, but very different. Not
Mike, what does this remind you of? Just looking at this, what does this remind you of?
This is like some Scientology shit.
Literally, yeah, they're fucking Thetans, dude. I'm telling you, this has everything. I fucking love this video. It has everything. Like, it's so fucking good. But we'll move on.
not coming from this dimension. It was a catastrophe, probably the biggest the Earth has ever seen.
And then we'll move on.
The reason the Nacals were special wasn't just because of their incredibly high consciousness, making them like guides of Atlantis. They also had achieved what today we call immortality. Let's just say they figured out a way to keep their body healthy and young for as long as they chose, and could choose to pass on whenever they desired it. When reincarnating, they do not suffer the great memory loss that we do when we incarnate. They did it through their expanded
is my
consciousness
favorite part,
and
Mike.
tantric interdimensional sex meditations.
Would you like a review of that one?
Okay, now it's just like fucking like Demolition Man. Like what?
Yeah, Mike, the reason they don't suffer from, like, reincarnation memory loss or whatever the fuck is because they do astral projection and then fuck.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, just whatever. We're just moving past that.
Yeah,
All right.
just whatever.
Okay, so in any case, everything's fucking bad after all that bullshit
the
happens.
fuck?
Yeah! everything's bad because everyone's getting sick because of the ghosts or whatever.
Ah,
Mike.
it's the
The
literal
Nepals
Christian
had
devil.
no idea what to do. They were children compared to the events that had been thrust upon them. So, they prayed. They prayed to the highest levels of conscious life in the universe, asking for help from anyone who could hear them. The problem was reviewed on many high levels of life, who I am drawing as the Justice League
wait,
because
what?
the 11th and 12th dimensions are completely incomprehensible to us in our current state. What they told us was this. We were
Oh,
going to fall.
fuck
We were
you!
going to hit
Fuck
rock
you!
bottom.
No,
The
no,
lowest
fuck
place we
you! You
possibly
can't,
could
you
be
can't
in
like
the universe
lay
and
us
still
with all
survive.
this bullshit and be
Also,
like,
we were changing
yeah, we don't
priorities.
really know what they
We
look
were
like,
no
so
longer
you're
a
just
female
like the
species,
Justice League.
So we were starting from square one as a male species. And finally, and this was the shocker, we would only have 13,000 years to return to Christ consciousness. Normally, it takes hundreds of thousands of years for a species to get to Christ consciousness. We had to do it in a fraction of the time. If we didn't, we would not survive. This has never happened before in the universe, ever.
So there's another really fun part of this is the like human exceptionalism, and by like a weird extent, American exceptionalism.
Well, I mean, that sort of has to be kind of a given, but...
Yeah, it's just really funny that it's like, yeah, bro, all these like, because apparently the fucking like Nikovs or whatever are like fifth dimensional beings, and they're like 20 feet tall or some shit. We'll get to that, or 55 foot tall or some shit. And you should love. They're gonna love their reasoning for that. And they're like, yeah, bro, help us, gods, or whatever the fuck. The gods are like, yeah, bro, you just gotta do this shit, but here's an arbitrary time limit. It's like he fucking played too much Majora's Mask, and he just has to set like stakes for the end of the world and shit. I have a weird feeling like this is just like a trick for the video, but they sort of try to explain it later, but it's very fucked. All you need to know is that we only have 13,000 years to become like Jesus Christ. That's all you should know. Moving on. This is very fun. You notice we skipped 6 minutes of stupid bullshit.
These sites had to be built physically so that the Christ consciousness grid could manifest. In a way, think of the physical sites as the wiring of a giant wireless electrical system, and then it needs about 13,000 years of continuous energy flow for it to actually turn on. And just so that you're not left in suspense, yes, the grid was completed. It came to life and is now active, though not really used. Congratulations, Earth. We actually survived. Not only has Thoth told us this in person, but he's also written it down in the Emerald Tablets. These tablets were left in the Great Pyramid thousands of years ago. There are 12 tablets in total, formed from a substance created through alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and corrosion. Their atomic structure is fixed in place, and no change can ever take place. In that respect, they violate the material laws of ionization. These tablets share a great wisdom, and you can read them at over 100 different levels of consciousness, and you will always understand them differently. If you're interested in this stuff, you should definitely consider reading them. As you can probably tell...
Okay, Mike. So, this is one thing that I always like, every time I see shit like this, I'm like, ooh, bro, you fucked up. Your, like, weird psycho shit is fucked up. You just introduced a thing that can be provably tested. Ooh, that's a fuck up. You fucked that up. So, I'm not sure about these Emerald Tablets. I remember looking it up at one point, but I just don't give a shit, to be fair. But yes, he's saying that there's a bunch of, like, Emerald Tablets that Thoth told us about that's, like, how to become, like, Jesus Christ or whatever. It's really fucked up. It gets, like, more incoherent the longer you watch this video, to the point where he's just, like, spouting random bullshit and, like, repeating himself, but...
And he just says that you can just go read these?
Yeah, you can just go read them, yeah. I don't think they ever tell us where they are, how you could read them, or anything like that.
Oh, sure. Why would they?
It's very much like a I did my own research, believe me kind of thing, and it's it's very fucking funny. I think I know where they are. I think they're in the city below the Giza pyramids, if I remember correctly. Okay, they might not be. I don't remember. They might be below the city of Giza. I think, or the city under Giza or whatever the fuck. We'll get to that. But yeah, that's where all the gods live, Mike. Come on. Did you not know that? Well,
forgive me for being ignorant of the subject.
I'll educate you. And then I need to look at my notes real quick just to make sure that I remember. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Where the fuck? This is just a general. I don't think we're there yet, but there's a general note I didn't want to include because he tries to explain it with a bunch of bullshit, but we'll see.
The Great Pyramid has a legendary missing capstone. According to the Emerald Tablets, deep under the Great Pyramid there's a room called the Hall of Records. This room was not built by Thoth and long predates the Atlantean civilization. Within the Hall of Records is the capstone of the pyramid, which is 5.5 inches high, solid gold, and completely holographic image of the Great Pyramid. It has all of the little rooms and everything. However, this leaves us with a 24
Yeah.
square foot piece of the Great Pyramid that's missing. If what Thoth says is true, that missing piece actually belongs to a very special airship that exists on Earth. And the way to the...
Mike? If we believe Thoth, who's never been wrong, not even a single time, there is an airship we have to land on top of the pyramids of Giza. It's very important. Sorry?
Like, it's not there because it got stolen.
No, Mike, no. You can go... Mike, if you're really pure of heart, you can pilot this airship yourself. And now we're going to learn about it.
The airship is through the Sphinx. The Sphinx, according to Thoth, is not 12,000 years old, but dates back over 5.5 million years on Earth. Deep under the Sphinx, about 1 mile down, is a round room with a flat floor and flat ceiling. Inside this room is the oldest synthetic object on Earth. The object is about 2 city blocks in size. It's round like a disc and has a flat bottom and top. It is also only about 3 atoms thick.
Okay, this is very important to notice. So, Mike, it is only 3 atoms thick. Okay? How many feet is 3 atoms?
Not even one.
Okay, that's that good that you understand that, Mike. We're going to move on.
Thick, except for a pattern on the top and bottom which looks like this. This pattern is 5 atoms thick.
Okay, Mike, how many feet is 5 atoms?
Okay, I assume this is going somewhere.
It is. Okay, so how many feet is 5 atoms, Mike?
Again, it's not any more feet than 3 atoms or whatever. So.
Okay.
Thoth says that it's powered by consciousness, thoughts, and feelings, and connects with your own living merkabah, which means that it becomes an extension of you and your own energy fields. The ship is also intimately connected with the spirit of the Earth, and is the protector for the whole planet. Thoth built the pyramid
So, Mike, okay. How many... based on this graph, based on this image we're looking at, how many feet is 5 atoms? Think about it. Look at the image and think about it.
I feel like he's off by about 24 feet.
This is what I mean. He just hits you with so much bullshit back to back. It's fucking impossible to tell what the fuck he's actually talking about. Because he's like, yeah, bro, we're missing fucking 24 feet of shit. Here's this thing that's 5 atoms thick. Oh, look, it's 24 feet.
the way he did to fit with the ship. When on top of the Great Pyramid, it creates this image from above. The disc ship has a circumference equal to the perimeter of the Great Pyramid. As we discussed in Lesson 11, whenever that ratio appears, life occurs. This ship can only be used by the purest of souls.
You have to watch Lesson 11. Now, Mike, you talked over it, but only the purest of hearts can pilot it. This is very important for our upcoming news.
Fuck off.
No, Mike, this is why you can't fly the airship. You're not pure of heart, you stupid son of a bitch. You can never fly it because you haven't done enough spiritual training, Mike. Only pure of heart people. But we're going to get into... We know it's been used, Mike. No. We know the airship has been used. It's provable fact, and I'm going to show you right now.
It's a fucking unicorn in a version.
Of the equinox, where our poles do these shifts, we become very vulnerable. Things often degenerate, and while things become chaotic, there are often other species who wish to take us over. This has always happened, not just with us, but with all evolving consciousness. Every time a takeover seems imminent, a very pure person will find their way to the ship and raise it into the air. The Earth and Sun will connect with that person and give him or her great power.
Okay, Mike, do you understand how it's used now?
No.
Okay, we'll keep going,
Whatever that person thinks and feels will happen. And think about it. If consciousness is the primary core component of the entire planet, does it not make sense that it would have its own defense mechanism? This defense is an airship that plugs into the Earth and the Sun, allowing the Earth to have protection. Our takeover event actually already happened, the same year the Christ grid was activated.
Alright, Mike.
They keep saying airship. I don't think he knows what that word means.
Mike, what do you think our takeover event was, based on the things you've been shown so far?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so... The Christ grid...
Yeah.
When did that get turned?
1989. That's when we were going to be taken over by another species. What do you think
1989?
That species was? Yeah, what do you think that species was, Mike?
Oh boy, what was happening in 1989?
Do you want me to give you a hint?
The Soviets.
No. You want me to give you a hint?
Sure.
Roswell.
Wait, what?
Okay. We'll just go through, Mike.
The year was 1989, and we were having some troubles with the Greys, a race of ETs who were slowly plotting takeover due to a previous scuffle we were having. A very pure woman in Peru made the ascension process into the Christ consciousness grid and found the ship. She tuned it to the frequency of the fourth dimension, where she raised it through the earth and into the air, and manifested a situation for the Greys to leave. Within a very short time, the Greys began getting sick, and remained sick for as long as they stayed here. They have been forced to leave for now, and we are once again safe. The ship is a warship in that whatever race is trying to take over, the person will just think them away, think up a situation, and force them to leave.
Do you understand now, Mike? Do you understand the only time we know that they used this airship, Mike?
Okay, so just some Peruvian woman, like... what?
Yeah, she made all the... Okay, Mike, do you know War of the Worlds, right?
Sure.
You've heard or seen it, right?
Sure.
You know how the aliens got sick, right?
Yes.
That's because of the Peruvian woman who manifested a situation where they would always be sick when they were at Earth, and therefore
What?
Another thing that I think is amazing is how he talks about, like, the Earth will always defend itself, right? But, like, he very specifically says that Thoth, the god of what's-his-fuck, found this thing underneath the Sphinx. So, like, who the fuck built the Sphinx? It's just never explained.
God damn. Wait, so he thinks War of the Worlds is real?
No, but I think he got inspiration from it. Just kind of stole it.
God damn it.
Okay, we'll move on. That's the warship. This is fantastic. That's Thoth, by the way. You ready?
Okay.
Previously on Thoth and Pals.
Ugh, fuck off.
The poles are shifting. Oh, the pole shift? Yeah, whoa, what's wrong with your eyes? I don't know.
When Thoth first...
So, Mike, the pole shift is... We skipped over, like, 10 minutes of him explaining how pole shifts work. The basic things you need to understand is that whenever the poles shift, the Earth's crust... You know, there's the crust, the mantle, and the core and shit, right?
Sure.
The Earth's crust becomes uncoupled from the mantle, right? And it starts spinning around on top of it like if you put a fucking piece of paper on a ball and started running it around. Okay?
Okay.
That's what you should understand. That's what's happening right here. Okay, let's keep going.
saw signs of the polar shift, they returned to the land of Hem and raised the warship into the sky.
Hem is the place of Giza where it used to be a rainforest.
They went to Atlantis and picked up the Nakals. The Nakals weren't just passengers, though, and each and every being was working in unity to create a very powerful merkabah around themselves and the ship. They returned to the Great Pyramid and landed the ship on top, forming the phi ratio with the pyramid. And then, it happened. The poles began to shift, and human consciousness began to plummet. Simultaneously, the electromagnetic and magnetic fields of the Earth collapsed, and all life on the planet went into the Great Void.
Okay, Mike, do you understand that? We'll just move on. I'll give you a chance to recover. Just kidding. We're right back at it.
DNA is the physical manifestation of who you are. It is your soul's physical aspect.
Okay, Mike. So, Mike, I'm going to explain a little bit. I'll just let it play real quick. I'll explain.
What we are seeing in DNA is changes in the codons. There's 64 possible codons in DNA, and humans only have about 22 or so. What we're finding is that there are 6 more codons being activated within these children, and they are choosing 2 of the 6. These kids are what we call indigo and crystal children, and probably the super psychics as well.
He never explains this. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Even in this video, I don't know who the fuck these people are. He never explains this, not a single fucking time.
Okay,
I do not know what the fuck he's talking about.
So there's indigo and crystal children
And
also
psychic ultimate masters or whatever.
super psychic children. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but here, let me see if he explains
Now, this is a chromosome. Basically, what this is lots and lots of DNA wrapped into this weird H-like shape. This is located in every cell and is part of your body of consciousness. What Thoth tells us is that every level of consciousness seen here not only has its own consciousness grid, but its chromosome change as well.
Okay, hold on.
The second level, where we are now, has 44 and 2 chromosomes. To any scientist, this is basic biology.
What
first
is this
level,
diagram?
Just watch, Mike. Just watch, Mike.
Has 42 and 2, and this third level has 46 and 2. The fourth and fifth have 48 and 2 and 50 and 2, respectively.
So, Mike, as you become more spiritually powerful, you gain additional chromosomes that make you go fucking godlike. Okay? And, like, the old ape man people who were fucking stupid only had 42 chromosomes. You understand?
Sure.
It also makes your, what the fuck, your pineal gland or whatever the fuck the thing is, like the small little thing that people don't know exactly what it does or whatever the fuck, is also supposed to be like the size of an eyeball or some shit, and it lets you manifest reality that you want to happen or whatever. But yeah, I just thought that was a little interesting bit. But this is what happens when you when you get extra chromosomes. You become increasingly taller. I skipped about 6 minutes because all he does is be like, hey, bro, you know how there's statues in Egypt on the pyramids? You know how they're different sizes? Well, that's because they're statues of real people that have different numbers of chromosomes and are therefore different sizes, with level 5 people being 55 feet tall. Make sense? This is the really fucking incoherent part, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, you do not. I can't explain how much self-control I have to exhibit right now to not just hurl something through my window.
Why is that, Mike? Also, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, we'll see what this clip
You may
says.
remember a being named Metatron, the Hebrew archangel who is the perfection of what humanity is to become. He was 55 feet tall, that guy. The last two heights are far in the distant future for us, though. This is a place in Egypt today called...
Those are real life. Those are 1-to-1 scale models of real people, Mike.
Well, then what the fuck's the Statue of Liberty? And what about that fucking one in what is it, Kursk? No, Stalingrad. The big Soviet sword woman. Like, what the fuck's that thing?
Probably a super dimensional being, Mike. Get the fuck over it.
Abu Simbel. The first thing you notice is that these statues are huge, but with the information about the DNA, this paints a different picture.
Okay, we're gonna skip this because it's really fucking boring, but yes, that's literally what he says.
God damn it.
Okay, I don't know if I skipped it or not because it wasn't important enough. It was so boring that he talked about it, but it's really fun as a fact, right? So you know Pythagoras, right? What did he do?
Oh, he did some math stuff.
Yeah, he did geometry, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? Bet you didn't know that he was actually taught geometry by Thoth in Egypt, and then he went off to found Greece in order to create the school of geometry that ended up becoming a nation. Bet you didn't know that. We're almost done, Mike. We're so mercifully close to being over with this shit.
On that note, it's time for the story about the city under the pyramid. Keep an open mind about this, because there is very little proof for what I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, keep an open mind about this. Yeah, there's very little proof. Oh, you don't say.
Let's go, Mike.
For over 40 years, Drunvalo Melchizedek has been studying human consciousness through sacred geometry and spiritual teachers and masters all over the world.
And here we go, Mike. Drunvalo Melchizedek. One of the most powerful spiritual grifters I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. This dude actually shills his book like 3 times in this video. And we're going to pop over here. What do you think about this?
Ooh. Oh, great. Also formerly known as Akbar.
And Hummingbird, but his real name is Bernard Perona. He's an esoteric researcher, Mike, and he's actually where a lot of this information comes from. Do you know why he tells us? Oh yeah, here's great. Oh my god. Oh, this is a fucking article. If you have some time, holy mother of God, this is very fun.
Where is this man from?
I don't actually know. Let me see. He's from California.
Oh god.
So he's probably like from a pretty wealthy family, if I had to guess. One of my favorite things about him, Mike, and I skipped over this part because it's really... Actually, no, it might be in here. We'll let it go. This is the best thing that they state ever. And I really want to have Drunvalo Melchizedek on the podcast. I would fucking love it. This is why, Mike, right here.
In 1996, he was contacted by a source in Egypt who said that something incredible had been discovered. A stone stele came out of the ground between the paws of the Sphinx into the daylight. They removed it and dug into the earth beneath the Sphinx. There they found a room with 3 tunnels leading off of it. One of the tunnels, which went to the Great Pyramid, had another tunnel coming off it, and it was shielded by a wall of light. Bullets could not pass through this field, and people could not even get close to it without feeling like they're going to die. The Egyptian government found a particular person who could turn off this field. They also had brought in Paramount Studios to film it, as they had filmed the opening of King Tut's tomb.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah?
No.
No, we're gonna get to why there is no video footage of this, Mike. Let's
They had
go.
a good relationship with Egypt. The government wanted several $1 million from Paramount, but at the last minute they asked for an extra $1.5 million under the table. Paramount was outraged and they backed off. Things were silent for about 3 months. Then, Drunvalo heard from a source again who was involved in all this, who said that 3 men shut off the light field and went inside. They found themselves inside a very large building that went on for miles underground, which was really the edge of a giant underground city, which was really just one giant building. Then, a little while later, an Egyptian archaeologist named Larry Hunter...
Larry Hunter has a fantastic website, but we'll get to it.
Again, describing
Hold
the
on.
same thing,
Can I
but more
pause
detailed.
for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
I just want to say, I find it so amusing that
Yeah?
the Egyptian government was apparently in contact with Paramount Studios to be like, hey, do you want exclusive rights to film, like, the most life-changing thing ever? And they're like, yeah, and we also want, like, an extra $1.5 million. And they were like, no, good sir, that is too
Mike,
steep
this
for
is
us.
the 90s. That was like $3 million back then.
Like,
Now, I think I skipped over it, unfortunately, but I'll keep watching. I'll put this at the end. But one of my favorite things is Larry Hunter's website. And apparently he has a podcast that's not out yet. And I just want you to look at this graphic, Mike. What strikes you about this graphic?
take a mind journey down the Nile podcast.
I like how it just says Egypt, and then underneath that is another layer. Take a mind journey down the Nile. Then there's like whatever this shit is.
What? It's like a man in a jacket and then like a woman, maybe? What is
His
this?
website's very fucking fun. Also, the podcast isn't out yet, from what I remember. Yeah, podcast coming soon.
Geoastroarchaeology?
But yeah, we'll get back to that. But in any case,
He said that the city was 6.5 by 8 miles wide and 12 stories deep, and the city was outlined by specific temples in Egypt. The 3 pyramids are lined up with Orion's
oh yeah,
belt.
this is the boring shit. Yeah, we'll just skip this. This is the boring shit. This is very fun, Mike. Do you like this graphic?
It's got an incredibly powerful energy.
Okay, you ready? Let's go.
Okay.
Definitely abuse it today. But what the Egyptians knew was that when you had an orgasm, a very large amount of energy bursts from your root chakra all the way up your spine to the top of your head, and then it gets released. What the Egyptians would do was when the spiral of energy hit their heart chakra, they would onk the energy out of the back of their body and over their head and back into their body, where they would keep the energy and retain a massive energy boost. In other words,
What do you think about that, Mike?
I mean, yeah, that all makes sense to me.
Yeah, you just bust nuts in order to become extremely powerful. So it actually turns out that No Nut November is one of the greatest spiritual crimes to ever be committed upon humanity in the history of any person ever existing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. You know how that seems pretty incoherent from what he was talking about? This whole fucking end of the video is the most incoherent, babbling, weird shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Now, I believe we skipped over it, but we'll keep going through the clips because I really hope I have the clip where he talks about it.
in this brotherhood, there were 2 people in particular. A man...
Okay, this is a group of people that were taught by the Pharaoh to become immortal gods that left Egypt. That's what you need to know about the script he's talking about. And these are 2 members from this group.
A woman. You might have heard of them. Mary and Joseph? See, it was part of the Ascended Master's plan that they would bring in a being who would show the pathway to Christ consciousness. He would come to Earth as a second-level being,
What?
a regular Joe, and achieve Christ consciousness through the course of his life. Then, the ascension process, the transitional experience from the 2nd to 3rd level, would go into the consciousness grid that was still being formed. He was able to transition because he was originally from these higher levels. That man is known today as Jesus.
Mike? Thoughts?
Okay. Like...
No, I'm gonna let you know. You notice how the audio is a little fucked? I didn't do that. It's just fucked up. It, like, fluctuates wildly through the entire video. It's very fucking annoying, honestly. And I apologize to anyone who can barely hear this shit. It's fucking trash.
Alright,
I tried to fix
apparently-
it, but...
Apparently ancient Egyptian pharaohs were still bopping around at the time of Christ's birth?
No. Those people left Egypt, Mike. They left. It was actually Akhenaten or whatever the fuck. I don't remember which one it was, but he was like a 50-foot tall man that everyone killed for being a dick or something. But he was actually a super powerful, ultra, like, spiritual master or some shit. And he was able to bring Jesus about. That one's a little fucked. We'll keep going. We're almost done, Mike. So fucking close.
Now, on the topic of Christ, there's something else I'd like to bring up. The Lord's Prayer. Today, we know this as the only prayer that Jesus taught. But did you know it's actually a geometric prayer meditation?
Did you, Mike?
This some like
A man
weird,
named Bodhi
stupid
McCoy spent over
numerology
20
bullshit.
years working with this prayer and analyzing it with sacred geometry, and has discovered some incredible synchronicities. In his book, Live the Promise, he explains how the original prayer, not the extended version mind you, has 7 segments or thoughts, which align perfectly with the 7 chakras as well as the 7 original branches of yoga. Bodhi teaches how to do this.
Oh, I'm gonna lose it, dude.
Okay, so we're gonna skip past more of that stupid bullshit, but that was one of the highlights of his like very long diatribe about how Jesus is actually a spiritual god or some shit, and how Jesus was actually a Tibetan monk at one point. This, Mike, this is the last thing we're gonna talk about, and it's fucking great. You ready?
Okay.
Today, there exist 13 families around the world who pretty much own the world.
No!
And a lust for greed, power, and control. More and more information has become present lately that many of these families may have DNA that is different than the rest of the human population. It is speculated that they share DNA that was passed down from the Martian race or other species races. They contain no love or emotion and are completely power-driven.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's the end of the video, by the way. What's going on?
Just end it with some Nazi shit, sure.
Yeah, Mike. There's a role of super logical ultra beings who rule our entire world, Mike. Not a capitalism thing at all. No, it's about spiritual DNA bullshit. What'd you think about that, Mike?
Damn.
Actually, I'm sorry. There's a few facts I skipped over. I forgot about Edgar Casey. He basically channeled some bullshit, and he told everyone about the fucking pole shifts or some shit. I don't remember. It wasn't that huge sea of boring bullshit, but he's also very interesting. He's very dead, though.
I was honestly, I was like so close to just like throwing my goddamn headphones when he was like, "Oh, there's 7 verses in this thing, and there's also a number 7 in this other thing. They must be linked."
Now, Mike, I didn't have the clip, and I'm really fucking sad that I didn't have it. I must have fucked it up in the order. Do you know the most interesting fact about Drunvalo Melchizedek?
I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
Also, if you notice, the factual accuracy of this article is disputed.
Oh, no kidding.
Remember Thoth?
Sure.
Well, he's not around anymore. Do you know why?
I killed.
No.
Oh, that makes a good point that I wanted to bring up that we kind of skipped over. That fucking wall of light that they found in the apparently immune to bullets. How do they know that?
They shot it with the guns.
I mean, yeah, that would be the implication, but like, why? Seems like that's not on the, I'm not an archaeologist myself, but I feel like...
Mike, it's because bullets strong, therefore wall no bullets equals wall strong.
Okay, sure.
Also, I forgot to mention, you know the Council of Nicaea? Do you know what that is?
Oh, I've heard it before.
When they basically went together, it's like, okay, guys, we got to figure out this religion shit. Do you know what that was actually about?
I'm sure it's some fuck shit.
That was the establishment of the New World Order. You know those fucking 13 families? They all spring up from that. That was the priesthood and all the world governments deciding to fuck over every single person and control everything forever because they're Martians.
Sure.
Back to
real
Drew
Alex
below
Jones
Melchizedek.
shit.
Yes. This is my favorite part. Thoth is not with us because he was like, I'm done. We're good. There's nothing else that needs to happen. Do you know what he did before he left?
If I had to guess, like the best nut of his fucking life, and then he's just out of here.
No, Mike. He went down and he visited Drunvalo Melchizedek in person. Thoth did. And you know what he did, Mike? He transferred all of his memories and knowledge into Drunvalo Melchizedek, all 26,000 years or whatever the fuck of his memories. So if I got this guy on the podcast, I could ask him about this shit, Mike. He knows. He's literally the enlightened master who is the disciple of Thoth. And that is why he's so fucking... I want to have him on the podcast so bad. Look at him. Sorry, that's Larry Hunter. Where the fuck is Drunvalo Melchizedek?
Sure, it's Drunvalo Melchizedek. Who cares? It's the same accuracy that you guys have been displaying, so who gives a shit?
But yeah, Mike, oh shit, hold on. Okay, so Mike, what do you think of our history?
I think
I understand the feeling, Mike. Your brain is scrambled, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, that was the issue with this. I could not... It was so fucking weird, rambly, and insane. I couldn't figure out a good way to organize it. Did it at least have, like, sort of a story to it, Mike, when you watched it that way?
No.
Because that's, like, half an hour removed from it of shit that just doesn't matter. So when you watch it, it's even more fucked up, weird, and rambling than what I showed.
Yeah, it's just like, prove any of this.
You want to hear another really fun fact, Mike? You know the Mayans?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were actually there was 3 levels of society in Atlantis culture. That's why they're the Atlantis fucking symbol was like 3 rings with a circle in the middle or some shit. I don't remember exactly. And the fucking Malkors or whatever the fuck the Enlightened Master Thoth God dudes were in the center. And in the second part was the Mayas, who were very good at translating the language to give it to the Lemurians, right? So the Mayas are actually the people who were responsible for finding the Mayan civilization. So what happens is when they left Atlantis, they took a crystal skull with them that was full of all the information and memories from Atlantis and the Mayan calendar, and they founded the Mayan civilization. Another fun fact. You know the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah.
You know how I told you the Martians fucked up their sacred geometry bullshit and started blowing up the world?
Sure.
Yes, well, apparently one of their parts of their merkabah, like, spun off and blew up, and it landed in the ocean where Atlantis is, right? Guess where that is?
The Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle. A bit of it actually, a bit of their synthetic merkabah actually sticks up out of the water, and that's the zone, Mike. That's the zone where all the people go disappearing, because it's fucking up all the dimensional lines and making people disappear into other dimensions. Yeah. And I'll be honest, Mike, I don't really have a good way to end this, because there's so much more content. That channel has so many more videos I could talk about. To be honest, it's so exhausting to watch it and listen about it that I don't even know if I'm going to do a part 2. It's just so much shit in it. It's insane. I love it, though.
Well, it's like all of this just goes back to just like some guy who's like, yeah, this fucking deity like invaded my consciousness and gave me all of his like fucking knowledge and thoughts.
No, he talked to him, Mike. He had a personal conversation. Then that happened.
Yeah, buy my book. It's absolutely all real.
I will say, if you notice, every single one of these people has a bibliography of like about 10 books. I think the only exception is Larry Hunter. He hasn't written a bunch of shit.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Well, I mean, he's got a podcast.
I don't even know. This has no date on it. It's
no,
just coming
okay,
soon.
there's subscribe now. No, he's in it for the money. It's a scam.
Yeah, it's all a grift, and it's so fucking good. This goes beyond Ancient Aliens, Mike. It's so fucking good, man. I love it so much.
It's so... Plato, what have you wrought?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God. In the book The Odyssey from Plato, right?
Sure.
Remember how Plato, it says, the city of Poseidon is actually where all of the Moncalas, whatever the fuck, the Ascended Masters lived at the top of that tree of life, right? It was called Poseidon. And you know how in the Odyssey, it says that the fucking Poseidon bore 10 children or whatever. That's like the sea monsters, right?
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's a lie. Those are actually all the circles on the tree of life that the people inhabited. And Poseidon was the name of their city.
Sure.
Yeah, like I said, Mike, there's so much I left out because it's so fucking good. Oh my God, it's so good. I love it so much. Nicalls, that's what they're called. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I left out, this is like a little minor fact. We used to actually communicate directly with thoughts and emotions with telepathy, right? And we lost that ability when we lost our consciousness, right? Now the thing is, Mike, do you know who still does that? Because writing is an imperfect form of communication. Do you know who, and talking is too. You know who still does the telepathy?
Oh, I bet you're going to tell me it's one of our fucking brain lords that we've
No.
talked about.
No. All animals. All animals. Another thing you need to know is that, you know those, like, that Christ web or whatever?
Sure.
Every single species on the entirety of planet Earth has their own web that people are able to fucking communicate through. They even talk about this bullshit called, like, the 100 Monkeys experiment or some shit, where they have like a bunch of people look at a bunch of faces and all, or like a hidden picture game, like like the Magic fucking land. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
There's like hidden shit inside the image, and they have them pick out all the hidden images. Then they played that on like the BBC or something, and then the next day they fucking had another group of different Australians look at it, and they were able to identify way more faces. So clearly that means that all the people in the entirety of the human species communicate on a subconscious level. Another thing is, you know why apparently we're the apex species, Mike?
I mean, I know why, but I think you're about to tell me why I'm wrong.
Our bodies are actually been perfected when we were Lemurians, right? So we had the ability to sculpt our bodies, and when we lost our consciousness, we became stupid motherfuckers who couldn't do that anymore. But we still have these apex ultra bodies, and that's why humans are the fucking best. Yeah?
Apex Ultra. We became too stupid, but our flabby, useless bodies were still the best?
Yes, we were ultra omega muscle gods. What body you currently have is tens of thousands of years of de-evolution through lack of higher consciousness, yeah.
Right, I forgot we were like 50-foot fucking...
Yeah, that's actually why Jesus is always depicted as being extremely ripped. Like when he's like crucified and shit, is because he was a third level being and he had a fucking ultra body.
Yeah, and he was also white.
Yeah, he was also white. That's very important. It's very important that he was white.
Fuck!
And I'll be honest, Mike, I think the viewers are probably also in the same situation you are. So I think that's what we're gonna call it for today. What do you think we can take away from this, Mike?
Nothing. That we all deserve to burn, and nothing matters anymore.
Humanity is fucked. We're all gonna die. Thank you for listening.